Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is the day after Valentine's Day. But this is the thing, right? Shouldn't every day be Valentine's Day? I say yes. Valentine's Day is just one of those days out of the year where we really can take an opportunity to show the people who we love and we care about maybe some extra special attention and some care and love and concern, but it's definitely something that should be happening throughout the year. And if that does happen, then Valentine's Day doesn't seem like such a big deal. It's not that big of a holiday. If you make your loved one wait 364 days for one day to feel special, then obviously there's a lot of heat and weight and pressure on that particular day. So, going forward, I urge you all to make every day be Valentine's Day so that Valentine's Day just is another day. I want to know how you guys are doing tonight. How are you feeling? Let me shout out who's already in here. What's up, Derek? Hey, Vashawn. Hi, Shalise. Hey, Felix. Gonzalez. Hey, JJ. And Miss Jewel. That's my girl. Hey, lady. Hi, Fidelina. Sonia. Devlin. Thank you all for joining. Definitely appreciate that. You know what it is. You know what we do is ask the experts, but expert tonight. Be sure to post your questions so that I can go ahead and answer them. You know, the time goes by so quickly. We always feel like we have so much time and we really, really don't. It goes by so fast. So please be sure to go ahead and put your questions in there so that we can give you guys the answers that you need. So while you are doing that, I will go ahead and make some quick announcements and then we'll dive right on in.
Couples Academy is committed to serving couples around the world by reaching beyond cultural lines and language barriers. We are proud to announce that we now serve the Spanish-speaking community. So whether you're here in the United States or abroad, Couples Academy has a place for you.
Couples Academy se compromete a servir parejas de todo el mundo, superando las fronteras culturales y las barreras del idioma. Ahora, estamos orgullosos de anunciar que servimos a la comunidad de habla hispana. Entonces, ya sea que estés aquí en los Estados Unidos o en el extranjero, Couples Academy está aquí para servirle.
All right, you guys. So we definitely want to support our Hispanic and Latino brothers and sisters. And so if you are in need of a Spanish practitioner, please be sure to reach out to us so that we can support you. All right, let's see. Hi, Lindsay. Hi, Pamela. Welcome. First time here. All right, all right. Hi, gorgeous. Hello, Cheryl. Legendary lady. All right, looks like I think our first question is from Mr. Derek, and it says, I'm stuck in shame and guilt. Then all my wrongdoing is constantly being thrown in my face with anger. Everything is falling apart. Fiance is horrible and no communication, just back and forth arguing. So I think my question for you, Derek, would be, what's been done thus far? I hear you saying that you are stuck in shame and guilt, and that's definitely work that you will have to do to move beyond the shame and guilt. That's your individual work, but you're saying that your fiance is constantly throwing, I'm assuming, what you did in your face with anger. And that's because she's still hurting. It's not justifying that behavior in any way, shape, or form, but she's definitely still upset and really angry. And I wonder also, if you're saying that you're stuck in shame and guilt, if sometimes you feel like maybe she's throwing things up in your face, but she's really not. But it's because of what you currently are experiencing within yourself. I'm not sure. Definitely would need a little bit more information for regarding that situation. And I understand you saying everything is falling apart. Definitely feels that way when you are dealing with recovery. And you're saying, and you said this as finance, but I think you mean fiance. I think you're saying there's no communication. Well, there is some communication, because you're saying she keeps throwing things back in your face with anger. So maybe it's just not healthy communication. It's not positive communication, and it's not productive. And so you confirm that when you say that you're just back and forth arguing. So a lot of this is, again, just trying to understand where you guys are in the process, how long it's been since there's been an offense, and then what work has currently been done. One of the biggest things is making sure that you go through this recovery process appropriately. And so many people do it wrong, and it's understandable. Again, you're not infidelity recovery specialists, you're not relationship experts. You're just doing the best you can do with what it is that you have. So I'm glad that you're here and that you are reaching out for support and reaching out for help. That's critically important. And also, your fiance needs to do the same. She needs to get support for herself. I will tell you that if she is dealing with triggers, that she needs to join us. She definitely needs to join us this weekend, February 19th, 3 to 7. That is actually a Saturday, and it is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern time. And the whole purpose is to assist with releasing the pain of the past and embracing the joy of the future. Like, you really have to get to a place where you're able to manage and control these triggers so that you show up differently. That is critically important. I know you go on to say, how do I show up in shame and guilt and feeling attacked? I'm not 100% sure that I understand the question. How do you show up in shame and guilt and feeling attacked? Okay, I think what you're saying is you're showing up feeling internal guilt and shame, and you still get attacked. So you feel like, because I feel bad about what I did, because I'm feeling remorseful about the situation, how am I still being attacked? So that I can't really answer, because again, I don't really understand where you guys are in the process of your recovery. I don't know what work has been done, but I definitely can understand from your perspective, if you're coming from what it sounds like is a humble place and you're feeling bad about what you've done, why should you still be getting attacked? A lot of it, again, is just your fiance is just still really, really angry. And maybe she's not getting the answers that she needs from you. Maybe she's not getting the support that she needs from you. But also, as I said, there's individual work that you both have to do. You've got to deal with your shame and guilt. Once you've done that, when she shows up inappropriately, you won't internalize it and you won't take it personally, because you'll get back to that place of knowing who you are and hopefully whose you are. And then you'll understand that you are bigger than what it is that you did. You're more than what you did. Those are actions. It's not who you are. It was your behavior. It's what you did, but it's not who you are. So once you understand that, you can begin to move past the shame and guilt, and then you'll begin to show up differently. You'll have a confidence that you don't have right now. And once you develop that confidence and you begin to show up differently, you won't allow her to continue to treat you in the same manner that she is. And when you say attacked, I don't know the extent of that. I don't know if it's physical, if it's verbal, if it's both. But either way, you will begin to you'll begin to Explain to her how it is that you want to be treated, and you won't accept anything less. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Okay, so let's see, who else do we have in here? All right, Mr. Vashon. Will I ever get over the urge to go through my wife's phone after infidelity? I would say it depends. If your wife has done the work, she's consistent, and you consistently don't find anything when you go through her phone, I think that yes, you will get to that place where you won't have the urge to go through the phone. But even if you do, right? Let's say you do continue to have the urge. Just because you feel it doesn't mean that you have to do it. We are all in control of our actions, right? And even our thoughts. When they come up, you have an opportunity to either feed it or you have an opportunity to extinguish it. So if that urge comes up, you have the opportunity to either act on it or not. And again, I do believe that there is a responsibility on your wife's part to make sure that she's showing up the right way, that she's doing the work, that she's being consistent, that she's not continuing the same behavior that made you want to check the phone in the first place. But there's also work that you have to do too. You have to make up your mind that you're going to trust. Everything begins with a made up mind. Even on her part, she has to have a made up mind that she's never going to cheat again and that she's going to do the work. You have to have a made up mind that you're going to receive what it is that you're hearing and that you're seeing. And also that, you know what, I'm going to trust you and just believe that whether you check the phone or not, if there is something going on, you'll find out. You know, you have to decide like how you want to move forward and how you want to handle this situation. Do you want it to continue to take over and control you, or do you want to control it? But it's a decision that you have to make. And again, it starts with a made up mind. Okay. Kay, you say, how do you break the communication barrier with your spouse when every time you have a conversation, his response is, I really don't care or have time for this? So have you guys always had communication issues? Has he always shown up this way, or has he recently begun showing up this way because of relationship issues that you guys are having? I'm always interested in the why. Like, why is there an issue with him not wanting to communicate? Because he's saying he really doesn't care or he doesn't have time for this. Normally when people say they don't care, it's typically not true. And I'm not saying that it can't be, but oftentimes when people say that, they really don't mean it. They really do care, but they just don't want to deal with it. And especially when you hear, I don't have time for this, there sounds like an annoyance or an irritation. And so I'm trying to understand, like for me, I would want to understand the why. Why is he frustrated? Why is he irritated? Why doesn't he want to communicate? Have you had that conversation with him? Have you asked him why he's avoiding having conversations with you when you're trying to communicate? But as I said, have you guys always had communication issues? And if so, get to the root of that. Is it a situation where you don't communicate in the most effective way? Is it a situation where you do communicate well, however, he just does not know how to express himself? Is it a situation where he's not used to having to share his thoughts, emotions, and feelings? I don't know, but you got to get to the root of the why. And again, I don't know if you've asked him already why he doesn't want to have the conversation, or why he's saying he doesn't care, or why he's saying that he doesn't have time. So that's where I would start, in just trying to dig a little deeper and getting an understanding of why he's avoiding having the conversation. All right. Hello, Consistence. And you are a new face to me. So if you are new, welcome, welcome. All right, Miss Sonia, you said my husband has been cheating and I confront him. I'm tired and we are sleeping in different rooms. Valentine's weekend, he left and returned in 2 days. What can I do? I'm tired. Wow, Sonia, I'm sure that was extremely, extremely hurtful for you to pretty much spend Valentine's Day alone. I'm also sleeping in separate rooms. I can only imagine how difficult that is as well. And so the question is, what can you do? I definitely understand being tired. So I don't know. Have you tried to have a conversation with your husband about, where he is in terms of what he wants? You said he's the one that's been cheating, and, you confronted him and you didn't say what he said when you confronted him, but have you had a real conversation with him to find out what it is that he wants? Does he want the marriage? Does he want to stay? Because if he wants the marriage, then there's certain things that he will need to do to show you, to prove to you that he wants the marriage. And the first thing is to cut it off with the affair partner or partners. Obviously I don't know the story, his story or his situation, but has he cut it off with the affair partner or whomever he's been engaging with? And is he willing to do the work that it's going to take to rebuild your relationship? Because it is a lot of work. And also, as we always say, there's work on your part to do as well. But the main thing is to try to get an understanding from him about what it is that he wants. Does he want the marriage? Yes or no? Is he willing to do the work? Yes or no? Has he cut it off with whomever he's been engaging with? Yes or no? And then obviously I would say reach out to us, because it sounds like you guys definitely could use support. And him leaving on Valentine's Day weekend, I'm sorry, sis, that is not a good sign at all. Being that you're telling me that he has been cheating and you confronted him, again, you didn't tell me what his response was, but you telling me that he's been cheating and then he left for 2 days on Valentine's Day weekend. I'm sorry, that sounds like that he spent his time with someone else. And that may not have been the case, but that's definitely what it sounds like. So again, gaining that understanding about what is it that he wants? What does he want to do with the relationship? Does he want to stay? Does he want to work on it? Yes or no? And once you have those answers, then you can start talking about how you should move forward or what it is that you should do regarding the marriage. Prayers going up for you, though. I am certain that was extremely painful this past weekend. Shalice says D-Day was in November and I still need to be the detective. It is draining and he feels drained by it. I'm still finding reasons to doubt. How do we manage this hurdle? So one of the reasons why you're probably still investigating is because you're saying that you're finding reasons to doubt. Now, I don't know if that is in the form of concrete evidence or if it's just a gut feeling, intuition. I'm not 100% sure. You don't give me the details with that. But definitely, if you're still finding things, that's going to make you continue to search. And you'll continue to search until you feel like there's nothing else to look for. So the biggest thing is, for your husband to make sure that there's nothing else going on for you to find or to be curious about. Of course, you have to make sure that you are not making up things and that you're not basing your current behavior based off of his past behavior. So you definitely have to identify that as well. You go on to say, do unfaithful partners have triggers, and what does that look like if they do? So triggers are going to look different for everybody. So I can't really give you a concrete answer for that because everybody has different, they're triggered by different things. And the triggers do look different. But do they have triggers? Absolutely. Everything that we always talk about is that affairs typically are not something that people just wake up one day and decide, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat on my spouse today. The infidelity, all it does is highlight issues that were already there. So if that is true, depending on what those issues were, if they continue to come up, then absolutely the unfaithful partner can be triggered. So it's your work to try to identify what those triggers are. You as the betrayed, you need to identify what your triggers are, and the unfaithful partner has to do so as well. But it starts with a real conversation. One thing that I have found is that usually the betrayer has a very difficult time communicating what it is that they were struggling with in a relationship, what they were unhappy with, what they weren't getting or not getting enough of. They have a really hard time communicating that to their spouse, but it's necessary. Your spouse needs to understand change cannot happen if the partner, if your spouse doesn't realize that there's something that needs to be changed. And again, we can't hold people to expectations that they didn't know existed. So again, you guys have got to have that conversation about what got you in the space that you're in the first place, working toward trying to identify that. And if you cannot, we're here for you. We are definitely here for you to help you try to identify how you got there, because that's extremely important in trying to prevent you from getting back there. All right, you guys, you're watching Ask the Experts with me, Lakeisha Hines. I don't even think I introduced myself because I was ready to dive right on in. We'll take a short break, and then I will get back into answering more of your questions. You guys, I see we have a few more questions in here. All right, Pamela wants to know, what is the recovery part? I found out my husband cheated on me on January 2nd. He kept lying and holding things back. I feel like now he's told the whole truth and ready to move forward. What is the recovery part? So it's extensive, Pamela. There are definitely steps to it, multiple steps. We typically do not put a time frame on it because it's different for everyone. And depending on how you both show up, depending on how committed you are to doing the work, it definitely can happen significantly sooner than later, and sooner than some other couples. So I understand that you've had D-Day, which is the discovery day. And you said he kept lying and holding things back. So in the beginning, it sounds like he wasn't being completely honest. He wasn't being truthful. Maybe there was even some trickled truth through there. But you're saying now you feel like he's told the whole truth and is ready to move forward. So are you ready to move forward? If so, then you got to start dealing with your triggers, because I know that's happening. You guys have to affair-proof your marriage. Definitely cut off any previous, and I'm not necessarily telling you these in order, but definitely he has to cut off any ties, any and all ties with previous affair partner, or plural if there were more than one. And then it's really just making a new commitment to each other, making sure that there are boundaries in place and that you guys understand exactly what you expect of one another and what it is that you need. I love identifying your different personality types because that helps you understand how you show up in relationships. That will help influence and improve your communication with one another. So again, steps, a lot of steps, but a lot of them can be done simultaneously. And definitely it is something that you guys can recover from as long as you both show up, willing to do the work, committed to the marriage. I'm happy that you feel like you guys are both ready to move forward, and I wish you the best. Hello, Miss Amanda. You say, do the constant replay in my head of everything about the affair stop? We are in counseling, and now we don't really talk about the affair anymore. I still think about it all the time. Found out in December 2021, and it was going on for 6 months. Okay, Miss Amanda. So, yes, the replay can and will stop. I'm happy to hear that you're in counseling. You're saying that you don't really talk about the affair anymore. That can be a good thing or a bad thing. If you got everything that you needed to get at the time that you were having the conversation about the affair, then that's awesome. But if you did not get everything that you feel like you needed to get at the time that you were discussing the affair, then that could be why things are still replaying in your head. Also, I understand you said December 2021. This is February, so it's literally been 3 months. That's still pretty fresh, still pretty new. And especially if you guys did not get everything addressed that needed to be addressed. If you didn't cover everything that needed to be covered, that could be the reason why it's still replaying in your mind. And then this was somewhat of a lengthy affair, half a year, 6 months. So I'm sure that there was a lot that came out during that time frame too. So the answer to your question is yes, it can, and yes, it will, but only if you guys handle things appropriately. Only if things are addressed and you get everything out that you need to get out, and that he gets everything out that he needs to get out. No more withholding, no lying, telling you the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help him, whomever he believes in. Okay. All right. Sonia, I think this is a continuation from a previous question that you had. You said he lies, and I know that he lies. You said he lies off and on different ladies, and he doesn't. I don't see the if there's a continuation of this, I don't see it. Okay, so if you're saying he's continuing to lie and you know that he lies, then you have to decide if that's something that you can continue to manage and handle and deal with, because again, that will 100% affect your recovery if he is not being truthful with you. So getting to know if that is for sure that he's definitely lying. If you know that for sure that he's lying, then we got to get to the root of that. Why does he feel the need to lie to you? Why is he not telling you the truth? And then again, as I said, you have to figure out if that's something that you are willing to work through with him. Okay, Adrian. Oh, okay. You are Pamela's husband. You said first time here. Welcome. And you have cut it off with the person you cheated on her with, and you want to make the marriage work. You want to move forward. You've given every secret now and every detail. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. You go on to say, Pamela and I live in different cities, and it does make it hard. She stays in Houston. I stay in Austin, and we only spend the weekend. We have now started FaceTiming all the time. That's great, Adrian. I will tell you that there was a client, not of mine, of another one of the experts, and he was long distance with his then fiance, not even wife, and he did not pull any stops when it came to proving his fidelity. He put cameras up, he had tracking devices, he had all types of apps on his phone, stuff on his car. Like, it was intense. And he did whatever he had to do to prove to her that he was being faithful. There was nothing that was going on. So this can totally work for you guys. Just continue to show up and do the work. Be consistent. Jeff says all the time, people who have nothing to hide nothing. So don't hide anything. Completely, continue to be completely open and transparent. And then also, Pamela, if you are having concerns or issues, you need to be clear, concise, and direct. Share with your husband exactly how you're feeling. Let him know if you're triggered. Let him know you're triggered. Identify those triggers and work toward working on those. And I work toward overcoming those. And I told you we do have a masterclass this Saturday from 3 to 7 that you can join that will help you overcome those triggers if that's still happening with you. And definitely, Adrienne, just continue to be patient with her, understanding that it's a process and it will take time. I love the fact that you're FaceTiming. There's some other apps that you can use like Marco Polo. There's Duo. I don't know if you're a Droid user or a Apple user. If Asani was here, he would have all types of shade for us Droid users. So anyway, if you, just look up different apps that you guys can continue to communicate live, that definitely will help. Amanda says, yeah, I got everything I needed to know about the affair. He's just struggling to answer the why, how. I need to know that. So reach out, Amanda. You guys reach out. Let's do some couples coaching so that we can assist you guys through that process. We've definitely helped many, many couples to uncover the how and the why. More so the why. The how is maybe something different, but we've helped them overcome all of that. And we've helped walk through couples how to answer all of the questions, ask and answer all of the questions needed to be able to move forward. So I hope that you guys got something out of tonight. Thank you for staying with me so I didn't be all by myself and feel alone. I appreciate you guys showing up and hanging out. And as you know, Ask the Experts is every night, Monday through Thursday. And then we have the Couples Academy show in the morning, Monday through Friday. And it is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you guys in the morning and at night. And hopefully you get everything that you need. You get your questions answered. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you guys so much. And I hope you have an awesome Tuesday. And we'll see you throughout the week. Have a good night. Thank you.